Hello and good evening and welcome to another episode of the Practical Tapping Show. And it's Andy Hunt, Practical Wellbeing, and Masha Bennett of Practical Happiness. And before we get started, we just want to make our big promise of no promise at all, that we can guarantee that by watching this video you will probably not end up any thinner, richer or more popular at the end of it than you did at the beginning. Or what's that? Cleverer.
Cleverer.
Yeah.
No.
That's right. So it's that. So if that's going to be a huge disappointment to you, I'd stop watching now, actually. But if you'd like to learn some kind of EFT techniques or have some thoughts and reflections about tapping practice, then you might like to stick around, because this evening's section is all about a way of finding out what to tap on for yourself if you're working on your own stuff. Because it's a question we get asked a lot in trainings. How do I use this EFT? What do I do? What do I tap on? What words do I use? And so this process we're going to demonstrate, which is going to demonstrate a bit about uncovering what words to use in a very nice, simple format. So this is something I teach on my level 1 trainings, and you can actually get the handouts for this from my website, but we might kind of cover that in the show notes below. But does that sound like it might be useful? That
sounds good. I'm going to be the guinea pig for Andy. I haven't done this process before, so I'm new to it, and I'm curious to find out how to do this.
Okay, so the first piece is I'm going to ask Masha to think of some annoyance, and just to keep you on the edge of your seats, I'm not going to ask her anything about it. It's all going to go on in the privacy of Masha's mind. Okay, so have you got something?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
You may see this big bubble here at the side of my head.
Okay. Is that before or after the steam comes out of your ears?
At the same time.
Okay. All right. So I'll demonstrate the whole process actually, because it's quite quick. I'll demonstrate the whole process. But the first piece is I'm just going to ask Masha to complete a sentence. Now, if you're doing this for yourself, you can just do this on a piece of paper and doing it yourself. So here we go. Okay. So just complete this sentence with whatever word comes to mind. It is.
Annoying.
It is.
Frustrating.
It is.
Bloody wrong.
It is.
Infuriating.
It is.
Sad.
It is.
Really sad.
Okay. It is.
Disappointing.
Okay. It is.
It's still wrong.
Still wrong. Okay. It is.
Going to affect some of my future.
Okay. It's helpful if you can write fast. It is.
It will help me make some decisions for the future.
Okay. Okay, it is.
It is. It's still a bit annoying.
Okay. So we're getting into kind of like repeating some of the words that have been used before. So usually, typically what happens is somebody has a sense of either they're repeating themselves or the well's running dry. So you're getting a sense of that.
Yes. Okay. I think I've said what I needed to say about it, without going into detail.
Okay. So we've got a list of it is with a bunch of words. So okay, so far so good. But now we need to find out which are the important words. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to repeat the sentence. I'll give you the words. I'd like you to think of each one and give it a score 0 to 10 for how kind of intense it is. Okay, so it is annoying.
It's 10.
Okay, it is frustrating.
It is 10. Actually, I came up with another phrase that's important. It is affecting my integrity.
Okay. Okay.
And that is 10.
Okay, and that's a 10. Okay. It is frustrating.
It is 10.
It is bloody wrong.
That's very high as well. Well, let's say 8. Let's say 8.
Okay. It is infuriating.
At the moment, actually, just talking through this in itself, it helps to moderate that emotion a bit, but I think it has potential to rise. I would say infuriating 8.
Okay. It is sad.
About a 7.
Okay. This is really sad.
7, 8.
Okay. It is disappointing.
9.
Okay. It is still wrong.
9.
Okay. It is going to affect some of my future.
That's probably not as true, because it will affect me, but it doesn't feel so much of a problem. 3.
Okay. It will help me make some decisions.
That is true, and it's not a bad thing.
Okay.
I would say it's 8.
Okay.
But it's not a negative 8.
We had a repetition of annoying, and then the other one was it is affecting my integrity.
Yes, that's 10.
Okay. So we've got a few 10s and a lot of 8s and a 9. So I'm going to ask you, just for this one, there's annoying, frustrating, and affecting my integrity. Those are the 3 10s that you have.
Well,
which is the strongest 10?
Well, affecting my integrity is pretty strong.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we could stop here and just start on the tapping. So it could, and the tapping phrase would be, even though it is affecting my integrity, I accept myself and how I feel. And it is affecting my integrity, it is affecting my integrity, and so on. So you have the setup statement and the reminder phrase are just kind of written there for you. And so you can work on these things one piece at a time. Okay, so that's so far so good. That's kind of just a very simple, straightforward way of doing it, but there are 2 extra pieces you can use. Okay, so the next one is, and I'm going to, the next one starts either they, he or she, depending on what they are. So I'm going to call it they, just to protect the innocent.
Okay. Yes.
To protect the innocent. Well, okay, they're not so innocent. Okay, alright. Just in case you're watching. So I'm just going to use they as a neutral kind of thing. Okay?
Yes, okay.
So here's the sentence. They are
unfair.
Okay, they are
careless.
They are
thoughtless.
They are
misguided.
Okay. They are
wrong.
They are
I feel a bit sorry for them.
Okay. Okay.
It's not the same structure
sure.
of the sentence,
Well,
but
that's okay.
yeah.
Okay, they are
dishonest.
okay. They are
I think I'm probably running out of things to say.
Okay. So we'll do the same thing, so each one score. So they are unfair.
8.
They are careless.
8 probably.
They are thoughtless.
9.
Okay. They are misguided.
10.
They are wrong.
8.
Okay. They are dishonest.
7-ish.
Okay. I'm going to leave the I feel sorry for them because that belongs in the last category. So that might kind of be slotted in. So
okay.
I mean, you can give it a score now.
That's fine. No, it doesn't. It's not really that important.
Okay. So the strong one there is they are misguided.
They are misguided.
Okay.
Yes.
So if we're doing tapping on this, I'm not going to do it. It could be, even though they are misguided, I accept myself and how I feel. Even though they are misguided, they are misguided. They are misguided.
Actually, Andy, what I've just become aware, I'm not sure if I've been doing it correctly because I'm the numbers I was giving you is not the strength of feeling, but the strength of belief in this of the statement. Is that okay?
Yeah, either is fine.
I think yes. I think it was more, but I understand that it didn't work for either. But I just wanted to clarify that for me, these numbers at the moment is a sort of validity of cognition, 1 to 10, the strength of belief, which it will correlate to some extent with emotion.
Basically, it's a way of finding out what's important.
Yes.
And what's tappable.
Yes.
So you could tap on they are misguided. Now you might be thinking, well, actually, I'm tapping on they are misguided. How's that going to help them? But if you have a thought they are misguided or they are unfair, that's going to have an effect in you.
Absolutely.
So when you say that, you're tapping on the response in you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No, I think that's a really, really useful process. I like that.
There's one more.
Okay.
There's more.
Okay.
Okay. The last one. I am.
I am.
In this context, I am.
I'm a victim.
Okay. I am.
I'm hard done by.
Okay. I am.
I've been duped.
Okay. I've been duped. Okay. I am.
I am feeling sorry for myself.
Okay. I am.
I am not as helpless as I think.
Okay. I am.
I am disappointed.
Okay. I am.
I'm quite angry.
Okay. I am.
And I am sad.
Okay. And I am.
I am a little anxious
Okay.
about the future.
Okay. I am.
I think that
Okay.
sums it up. I
Okay.
think that's probably enough.
So let's give these some scores. So I'm a victim. How true does that feel?
6.
Okay. I'm hard done by.
8.
I've been duped.
9.
Okay. I'm feeling sorry for myself.
5.
Okay. I'm not as helpless as I think.
That's 8.
Yeah, but and not a problem, I guess.
Not a problem.
No, okay.
No, it's a positive 8.
I'm disappointed.
8.
Okay. I'm quite angry.
6.
Okay. I'm sad.
7.
Okay. I'm a little anxious.
About a 6.
Okay. All right. So that's the kind of the 3 categories of the situation. The situation itself, the other people. So unless you're Robinson Crusoe living by yourself, chances are, as somebody commented, you know, most of our problems speak back. So there'll be somebody else involved. And then the third one is, you know, how you are in the situation.
Yes.
So now we've got a list of, in this case, about 30 things. So you might be thinking, oh, for goodness sake, that's...
How do I choose?
Exactly. Well, you've already got the numbers at the high scores.
Okay.
So you choose the worst, I would say choose the worst first.
Okay.
And then tap that out. So what happens when you do that is you tap that one out, then you go back and rescore.
Yes, that makes sense. Yeah.
And what typically happens is, at least in my level 1s, is that somebody will take care of 1 or 2 of those things and the rest will disappear. So if you get the important ones, all the rest kind of take care of themselves. So this is a very quick way of identifying what's important, because oftentimes things are such a huge mush of, what am I going to tap on, all these different thoughts and feelings and stuff. This is a really nice way of identifying them.
I really like that, Andy. That's a nice, straightforward process.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
I just want to make one point that helps make it work is when you do the it is, the I am, you write everything out first and only give them scores last, right, after you've done that.
Okay.
Because you want to avoid the kind of the first right answer, giving up after the first right answer.
Yes.
And try and find out everything. Because oftentimes later down the list there is something that's really quite important, like your integrity one, which came out last.
It did, and things like sort of a sadness came up. You know, the first there was a lot of anger, but there was sadness is important, and a bit of anxiety, which I only spotted at the end. That it was important, and for me, not only the ratings are important, but there is something about the different qualities of these descriptions which I probably wouldn't have spotted if I just did it in one phrase, one brief summary. So yes, that's really useful.
So if you can use this to unpack things, then it gives you the tapping statements, and it helps you keep track of where you're at. So I mean, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy, as they sometimes say. So I highly recommend it as a way of just exploring ways to investigate and to tap on problem situations. And what you might notice, if you do this a lot, then you might start to notice certain patterns in your responses to things. And then it gets kind of interesting. So, okay, so where's that coming from? Like, you know, if I always feel like a victim in everything, that's an interesting observation. Or if it's always their fault, that's also an interesting observation. So it's quite an interesting way of seeing below the surface of things and picking up themes and stuff. So
I can see how this could be really helpful, Andy.
It certainly works for me. And it probably can't see her in the frame, but this is the result of me working with my stress brought on by a Patterdale Terrier, Sally. Sally the Patterdale Terrier, who's trying to sleep at the moment, has been bothered by us. But you can find all her story on another video of mine, so if you want to find out how she provoked this particular technique, you can view it somewhere else. If you want the worksheets for this, you can find them on my website, www.practicalwellbeing.co.uk, in the free stuff section, so you can just download a nice sheet you can fill in. So hope you find that useful. Hope you found that useful.
Absolutely,
And
I will adopt that.
Here's your problem on a page.
Thank you very much.
So happy tapping on that. And so that's all for this one. Hope to see you again. So it's goodbye from me.
And good night. See you soon.
Okay, take care now. Oh, I nearly forgot. Comment section.
Yes.
Send us some comments and some questions, and we can kind of put them into future shows. So
Absolutely.
okay. Is there anything else I've forgotten?
No.
Okay,
no,
so
absolutely.
I'll head off at high speed to my dotage now. So, so good night again.
Good night.